with major Comic Cons, there has been this trend over the past 10, 20 years where the shows are becoming anything but comic books. If you go to these big cons, you'll see maybe 10% of the booths out there have comic books, and the other 90% is anything else but, right? It's toys, it's swords, it's mystery boxes where you get t-shirts and plushes and things like that, but very few true comic book booths. Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, and I am headed to Chicago for a one-day comic book show. It's called the Chicago Mini-Con, and this has happened in previous years. I don't know how long it's gone back. I think they had it last year, but I don't think it's been an every year thing. But what it is kind of like an old school in a hotel, nothing but comic books, and it's one day only. It's from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We're going to get there right around when the doors open, maybe a few minutes after. And they're not going to have a ton of dealers there. I think they're only going to have about 12 to 15 dealers from what I read. But a lot of big name dealers like Red Hood, Dale Roberts, Harley Yee, and a bunch of others as well, and from all over. A lot of them from the Midwest, like Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, but also down south, out west, even as far as California and Washington. So yeah, I'm excited to go and check it out. Now, I'm not so sure on what the prices are going to look like because, again, these are big dealers, and a lot of them are staying over until the following weekend, which is Chicago Fan Expo. And I'm sure they're going to want to keep some really good stuff for that show as well. So, and again, on that note, I don't know if they're going to put out everything that they're planning to bring to Fan Expo. So we'll see. But I'm excited to go. First time going to this, and I'll take a bunch of video, and I'm sure I'll buy some stuff, and then we'll wrap it up. And at the end, I'll show you what I picked up. But we've got about half an hour to go here. So let's go and see what we can find. All right, we're here. The Embassy Suites in Rosemont, Illinois, essentially Chicago. We're gonna go in. We're gonna see what the place looks like. I'm about 20 minutes into the show here, so hopefully there's still some good stuff. I'm sure there is. All right, let's go check it out. All right, apparently it's down this hall. Here we go. We are in Salon CDEF. All right, exactly where I thought it would be. All right. Nice place. Time to go check it out. All right, so there are some giveaways. Some artwork. Nice. All right, cool stuff. All right, let's head into the room. All right. Nice, small, quaint room. Let's go check it out. Some big walls here. It's the man, Dale Roberts. High Grade Comics. I think that's Bob Storm. There's another guy doing what I'm doing.
Documenting.
There's Red Hood. Terry's Old School Comics here.
Yeah. The guy has no feedback.
Bald man over there. It's Rob. JD Comics. Harley Yee. Okay, so that's the room. Small room, but some powerful stuff in this room. All right, you can keep looking.
Oh yeah.
Nice shape.
Yeah, that's yep.
Great cover.
I probably
Oh, man, number one.
yeah, that's not a big box. Yeah, oh yeah. So I probably a couple I had.
Always been a fan of this cover.
But I had already hit that.
Improv? Well, I'm kind of like that. You know, I still like that. Yeah, exactly. I just remember those funny memories. You know, those are the memories you love to get. Well, thank you, Tom. I got it. Yeah. You still have it. Good. Well, I'm delighted to find two of them that I can use. Books I don't have that are on my list of genres. Well, you know, I feel disappointed. I was really looking forward to because how's it going to be? Yeah. And Terry talked me into right. Well, Terry talked me into coming. It looks like an old-fashioned. Well, that's what I like about it. It was a little bigger. Well, it's big enough for me. I'm sure I'll be. I mean, there's an awful lot of stuff to look at. And unlike some shows, I can't pass up. Got a dig. Well, nobody ever said I wasn't a digger. Okay. 8, what is it today, the 9th? And you want me to make it up to you, or no, midway? Midway. $50. 55. Well, that's a good price. Okay, I mean, it's not, I'm not going to bitch about it. Well, they were only slightly, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you probably told them you a lot of old people you know come here and buy stuff. Right.
Going here next. Sorry for the glare. Alright, massive wall here. Terry, I guess, is the main guy who worked on putting this show together. Just crazy nice stuff. Let's go over here. Tons of boxes, Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age. I mean, it just keeps going. Lots of great stuff here.
John Hauser. Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, I missed that one. Take a look at that. All right, some of the stuff I'm looking at here. Some of these are crazy grades. Some of them. Some are lower, just affordable things, but nice covers. These Gothic covers are insane. Early Witching Hour. Really nice Frankenstein. First Lilith. Nothing special here, just a super high grade Frankenstein. Nice Early Witching Hour, number 3. Sorry, number 2. And another high grade House of Mystery. Alright, so we'll see what we can do here at Terry's. Alright, let's ask the question. Alright, Dale Roberts booth here. Great stuff as usual. Especially this guy down here.
Hello?
9.6 white pages, only one book graded higher. 198. Great wall stuff, as always. Man, it's key after key. He's got a bunch of slab boxes back here that you can go look at. But then I haven't seen him do this before. He's got a bunch of $5, $10, a couple $20 boxes as well. So going through those, some nice stuff in there. Anyway, Dale Roberts. Red Hood making a deal. Counting stacks of cash as always. Just amazing setup. This guy is the most organized guy in the hobby. Just a quick view of his booth.
Still here. You're like the first guy in the door. You're the last guy to leave.
We got some blanks down there. Might be because of me. All right. Amazing booth. Red Hood Comics. All right, that's it for the Chicago Mini Con. You can see it's quieting down in here. Wrapping up. Bought a few things. I'll show you everything. But overall, really good show. That's it for 2026. All right, that was the Chicago Minicon 2026. I'm going to go through everything that I've got. I've got it all right here in front of me, but first I want to give you my thoughts on the show. So you guys know, with major Comic-Cons, there has been this trend over the past 10, 20 years where the shows are becoming anything but comic books. If you go to these big cons, you'll see maybe 10% of the booths out there have comic books, and the other 90% is anything else but, right? It's toys, it's swords, it's mystery boxes where you get t-shirts and plushes and things like that, but very few true comic book booths. So the new trend we've started seeing over the past couple years is these pure, smaller comic book shows, 100% comic books popping up across the country. I showed you one in Pittsburgh back in the spring. Now I did this one, and I think the trend is going to continue, you guys. I just do. I think there's a demand for it, and I expect to see more of this going forward. So what are my thoughts on the Chicago show that I just went to? And by the way, I'm like almost 2 weeks late putting this video together, so I apologize. But it was good. So if I were to compare the Pittsburgh comic book show that happened back, it was either March or April, back in the springtime. And by the way, they're doing another one. This is the first time they're doing 2 in 1 year, and the first time they're doing a 2-day show. It's going to be Halloween Day, October 31st, and then November 1st. Not sure if I'm going to that. Hopefully, we'll see. So the difference between that one and this one is this. Here's how I would describe it. So the Pittsburgh show was bigger in terms of more tables and more vendors. So you had more comic books to choose from. The Chicago Minicon, yes, it was smaller. You maybe had 15 dealers. That's a rough estimate. But there were a lot of big dealers there, as you guys saw. Some of the biggest names in the hobby were there. And so you had bigger books to choose from. You didn't have more to choose from, but you had bigger books to choose from, and therefore you had bigger price tags. So I like them both for different reasons. I think at the beginning of the video when I was driving out to Chicago, I had mentioned that this show had happened last year, and I don't think that's correct. I don't think it happened last year. I don't know when the last time they had it, but this is kind of a trial for them. That's kind of what I got out of it. And when I was talking to Terry from Terry's Old School Comics, who I bought a bunch of books from that I'll show you, he's the one that I think is really the guy in charge of putting this whole thing together. I think there are multiple people kind of helping out, but I get the feeling that he's the one kind of running it. And he had mentioned that they're trying to see how it goes, and I assume that means, did the vendors make enough money to make it worth their trip? And I know some of them were going to Chicago Fan Expo, which was the following weekend, but a lot of them decided actually to go back home, even though they were coming back to Chicago in 5 days or whatever. So I think the jury's still out on that. It wasn't hugely populated, but everyone I talked to at the show was ecstatic with the selection and the big books that were there. There were some guys, some people, and I appreciate viewers of the channel that came up to me and introduced themselves and talked to me and actually showed me some of the books they got. Some people got some pretty big books there. But I would say, I think advertising the show a little bit more, and this isn't a knock on the show, but I think if they continue to do this show, they've got to get the word out a little bit more. And I'll help too, right? I don't have a huge channel, but if they continue to do this, I for sure will give a shout out, a few weeks before the show and let people know that it's coming up. But I think as more people know that this show is going to happen, you're going to get more people going to it. Someone came up to me and said, hey, I heard you mention it in one of your videos or one of your, I don't know if it was on Instagram or YouTube, but they heard me mention it there. And so they looked it up and they just showed up to the show that day. They had no clue. So that's good. That's good. But we got to get the word out about it and make sure all of you pure comic book collectors out there that are in the Midwest, if they do the Chicago Mini-Con again, you got to go to it. So it was great. I showed you a lot of the booths and, volume-wise, I didn't get a huge amount. It may look like it, but compared to other shows, I didn't get a lot of volume, but let me take you through it, okay? All right, first and foremost, I got this stack. So I showed you Dale Roberts' booth, and I've bought a lot of stuff from Dale in the past and, some bigger stuff as well. But he had these boxes out front that I showed you. I've never seen him have these at his booth before, and they were $5, $10, $20 boxes. And I got all these from the $5 boxes. He had a bunch of them. So I went through them, and these are nothing special, but for the most part, almost all of these are really solid grades. I'm talking like, VF, a large majority of them are VF or better. So again, no keys or anything like that, but of course you know what I like to get. We're getting very close to October, so I'm really focusing on horror books. Tomb of Dracula 48, so just a really cool cover with him about ready to sink his teeth into that neck. Werewolf by Night, the rearview mirror cover. So that is issue 12, issue 28, issue 29. Again, just nice, really nice grades for only $5. Always like this cover. Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, I should say, number 19 is with him putting his foot through Man-Thing's leg. Iron Man 101. I think it's the first time that Iron Man and Frankenstein meet up. I always pick that up if it's in nice grade. Giant Size Man-Thing number 4. So I saw a post on Instagram recently, past week. I think it was from DJ3, who has an amazing Bronze Age horror collection. But he did this comparison with this Giant Size Man-Thing number 4, and it being an homage, maybe a secret homage, to House of Secrets 103, the all-black cover, the Wrightson cover. I'll pop up a picture here so you can see it. And I don't know if this was accidental or intentional. It does kind of look intentional, the similarities between them. But this is a Frank Bruner cover. Really nice. I've always picked this up when I find it in nice grade, but I never made the connection to House of Secrets 103. So maybe that was intentional by Frank, but just little known tidbit for you there. Giant Size Dracula number 3. Marvel Spotlight 26, cool Scarecrow cover. This is Marvel's take on the Scarecrow. Nice. They did a good job on that. Again, Marvel Spotlight, 14 and 15, so the Son of Satan covers. Again, nothing super fantastic here, just high-grade stuff. And this is probably the lowest grade book I got here. So this is Supernatural Thrillers number 6, the Headless Horseman cover, and it's got a chunk missing. But why did I get it? Because it's a Mark Jewelers cover. I did take it out and look just to make sure. I don't care if it's high grade or low grade. If it's a Mark Jewelers and it's Bronze Age horror, I'm picking it up. So I got it, $5. So we're gonna clean and press all these things, of course. And then just a random purchase, Outlaw Kid number 17. Some of you know I'm a closet Bronze Age Western guy and kind of moving into Silver Age a little bit. Not Golden Age Western, but for sure Bronze Age, a little bit Western Age. Okay, that was it for Dale Roberts. And then I've got another little stack here. I don't know who I got this from. I think it was an older gentleman kind of along the back wall there, if you were there. And he had these yellow stickers all over his books. But picked up a handful. This is the only modern book I got. Twisted Tales #2. It is a Bernie Wrightson cover. That's why I pick it up, so that you can see his name on the bottom there. But this cover, this dude is running around with a hatchet chasing people, and you see his belt is full of severed heads. So awesome cover. The only superhero book I got, X-Men 24. This is a red cover. I picked this up a lot. I have a lot of X-Men 24s. This one is at least an 8.0, if not better. We'll see if we can get it better. But yeah, nice higher grade, early Silver Age X-Men. Then I got these, again, also kind of random, these Space War books, Charlton. I've been picking them up wherever I can find them because they're high grade. No, there's not this big demand for Charlton Space War, but I'm picking it up because I just like collecting high grade Bronze Age Charlton. And then we got a couple earlier Silver Age Space Wars as well. 10-cent covers, so early Silver Age. All right, so we got those. And then a couple early Unexpecteds. What issues are these? 105 and 106. Nice grades, at least VF. Oh, you know what? I just noticed something. This guy, listen, were these guys separated at birth on the cover here for Space War and Unexpected? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. They're probably different guys, but I just noticed the similarities there. Doppelgangers. All right. Ghostly Tales 114, Pat Boyette cover. Ghostly Haunts 35, Wayne Howard cover. You've heard me say he and Wally Wood, their art is very, very similar. They work together and have similar styles. And I believe, okay, I got 2 Tom Sutton covers. This is one of them. Ghostly Tales 110, I just call it the Black Cat cover. Okay, that was it for that person. I believe I got these books. I don't know if they're all from the same person. I think they are. There's a guy from California, had a big wall. I showcased his wall. I don't remember his name or the name of his comic book store, but I think he came all the way from California. So I picked up a handful. Supernatural Thrillers #1, Steranko cover. Issue #2, The Invisible Man cover. A little bit of a key issue here. House of Secrets 81, first appearance of Abel. Neil Adams, I think, right? So, pretty expensive book. This one might be a 5.0, so not super high grade at all, but it's solid book and a nice first appearance. That book has really gone up in value the past few years. Wonder Woman 203, so from the late 100s, 190 something to the early 200s, Wonder Woman kind of had this Bronze Age horror, twist to it. Some really nice books and nice artwork. This is a bondage cover and just really nicely done. The blues and the teals and stuff. And a handful of romance books as well. Been picking these up more and more. So what is this? Girls Love 112. I'm not as educated as I need to be on who does this artwork, you guys, so I'm still learning. Girls Romances 122 and Girls Love 121. All decent grades. They're a couple of them are VF plus. This Girls Romances says fine on it, and I looked at it. I think it can be a little bit better, especially considering it's a Silver Age book. That would be nice, but for sure I'll improve on that. Okay, I bought from 2 more vendors. This stack was from Terry, from Terry's Old School Comics, the guy I mentioned who kind of coordinates this whole show. And you saw him. I kind of went through the stack in my video, so you've already seen these, but Giant Size Chillers #1, first appearance of Lilith. House of Mystery 200, just awesome full moon cover there with the creepy ghouls and the wolf that's howling there. Really nice. And this could be near mint minus, so 9.2 or better. And yeah, there are some high price tags on these. That's, you know, not exactly what I paid. So this says 160, but since I got a stack of some pretty nice books, Terry worked with me, was very fair with me. Witching Hour number 2, nice early Witching Hour. Frankenstein number 1. This one is going to be at least a 9.0. Nice gothic bronze cover. Forbidden Love, Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love, issue number 1. So I got this again from Terry's booth, but you saw in the video I showed a CGC 9.6 white pages, only one book graded higher. I talked to Dale a little bit about that one, but you know, I didn't even, you know, make an offer on it, not because the price was bad. I think the price was actually pretty fair. But I ended up spending some more money, which I'll show you in a minute, afterwards, so I wasn't able to go back and pick it. I could have, but it would have been very irresponsible for me to go and pick that book up, but I wanted it. Witching Hour 14, nice witch in space with the haunted house. What did I say? I said issue 14, right? Again, a lot of these are really high grade. Sinister House of Secret Love number 2. Frankenstein 15, again, nothing special with this one, just extremely high grade. Witching Hour number 5, very cool, like reddish brown cover. Super high grade, Weird Mystery Tales number 10, the 2 people underwater, drowning. Really high grade. And then this one's probably the lowest grade I got from his booth. Maybe a VG, but it's Sinister House Secret Love number 3. Just again, nice gothic cover. Really cool. All right, and then 3 more books to go. So I went to Red Hood Comics booth, Rob, who I've known for a few years here, and I got 3 books. So 2 of them, again, not big keys, but just at least 9.2s here. So Witching Hour number 37. Again, really high grade, kind of a cool cover. And what is this one? This one's where, yeah, the guy thinks it's like a birthday party, or she thinks it's a birthday party, but he leads her into an empty coffin that apparently is going to be hers. And then Weird Mystery Tales 23, again, at least a 9.2 here with all the witches and the full moon there, the orange moon. And then last but not least, I talked to him quite a while about this one, and this is, and I believe when I bought it, and that was 2 weeks ago, so hopefully it's still the same, but we know how the CGC census can change. I believe this is the only 9.8 on the census. So this is Haunted Love number 3 from Tom Sutton. And I did post this on Instagram, but I didn't say what the grade was. And it was a very pricey book, but I think Rob was more than fair with me on it. And he kind of told me that I'm not allowed to sell it. So I've got to hold on to it for a little while, I think, and I'm going to enjoy it. Maybe I'll hold on to it for a long time. Who knows? But yeah, beautiful. White pages, 9.8, Tom Sutton. Haunted Love number 3, just in time for Halloween season. And that's it. So yeah, I picked up a lot of stuff. And again, it was a great show. I think if they do this again, we've got to get the advertising out there and let more and more people know about it, and they'll get more people in it, and it'll be worth the trip for the vendors to go there. Again, really big name vendors there, some amazing books. So if they have it again, I really recommend this show. And if you went to the show, let me know your thoughts. I know some of you went and you already told me what you got. Great pickups, some really big books that were picked up there. But if I didn't run into you and you happen to go, let me know. Did you like it? Did you get some books? And do you want them to have this again next year? So pure comic book shows in hotels are becoming more and more popular. We need more of them, guys. All right, till next time, have a great day.